Hello, my name is Jeff Davis, and I'm with the law firm of Jeffrey R. Davis, PA. We are a personal injury law firm in Coral Gables, Florida. We handle cases throughout the state of Florida, both in state and federal court. Today I wanted to speak with you about pre-suit. Pre-suit means the stage of the case before litigation is instituted, meaning before a lawsuit is filed. Essentially, I wanted to tell you what your lawyer should be doing. So there's three kinds of pre-suits that I want to discuss. One of them today is about the pre-suit of an automobile accident case. My next films will be about pre-suiting a premises liability case and pre-suiting a medical malpractice case. So today we're going to talk about automobile accident cases. You've met with your lawyer, you've signed all the paperwork and hired the lawyer. What comes next? Basically, the first thing your lawyer is going to do after gathering all the information about your automobile accident is to get copies of your insurance information, your driver's license, your registration, and any photographs that you have or videos from the crash. That's very important. The next thing your lawyer is going to do after gathering all the paperwork and photographs about the accident is to buy the crash report. There's a service called Crash Report Online or buycrashreport.com where your lawyer will actually buy the crash report when it's ready. Typically, most departments, police departments, have the report within 7 to 10 days, sometimes sooner. The police report gives a lot of information about the crash. It tells who the owners of both vehicles are, because they may not necessarily be the same as the drivers. It says the name and the policy number of the insurance company for both or all the cars involved in the crash. It gives some of the officers indications of who the witnesses were and possible names of people that would be helpful to describe the facts of the crash. It gives information about the date, the time, the place, and some of the weather factors regarding the crash. And generally speaking, it's the foundation of the crash investigation. Now, very rarely does the officer actually see the crash. So most of the information that's gathered by the police officers is secondhand, which is why police officers aren't normally witnesses in crash cases except to things that they observed at the scene. One thing that most people don't know, crash reports are privileged. You cannot bring them into a lawsuit. They do not become part of your litigation. And most important, any statements that you make to a police officer, if you are involved in a crash, are privileged. They cannot be used against you. That means that in the case, the other side can't say, well, you told the police officer this or that. It's not admissible. The reason why crash reports and the statements that are made to police officers by the victims of the crash are privileged is because the state has a purpose of gathering truthful information in order to assemble records. And so any statement that is made to a police officer by the driver of a motor vehicle involved in a crash cannot be admitted into court and cannot be used against you. Very important. Some of the other things that your lawyer is going to want to do right away is take scene photos, especially when there are markings on the ground, such as skid marks or other vehicle damage, because that's going to go away in a short amount of time. So you want to preserve all that. That can be very essential later on if the case goes into litigation for expert witness use. In addition, if there's any buildings or nearby property that may have cameras, you want to consult those cameras to see if they recorded the crash. Sometimes you can actually get traffic cams, and so that's another thing that your lawyer is going to be looking at, trying to gather as much information about the crash as possible. Witness statements are very important. These are typically folks that are either driving by or stopped nearby and witnessed the crash. They're not involved in the crash, they're independent, and it's essential to gather their information as soon as possible while their memories are fresh. In addition, once your lawyer starts to undertake the representation and investigation of your accident, he or she will contact all of your treating doctors, the hospital, the ambulance, the fire rescue departments, and gather all those records and continue to do so as you continue to treat and get medical care and attention. In addition, your lawyer will put both insurance companies, yours and the at-fault party's insurance company, on notice of the claim and establish your PIP or personal injury protection benefit claim, which is important since there are specific forms that need to be filled out for that. Your health insurance company will oftentimes be notified as well, so that a claim can be established with them in the event that your PIP benefits run out. If there's a workers' comp claim, that too will be part of the notification requirements. Oftentimes, when investigating an auto accident, situations change. Cars get destroyed, and if the car is declared a total loss, it may not be available. So good car photos are very important, taken from all four sides of the vehicle, making sure that any other information about the at-fault party can be gathered, such as social media, investigating the at-fault party's social media before things get changed or taken down. These are all things that are done pre-suit while you're getting medical care, and that can take 6 months, that can take 8 months, it can take a year before the case is ready for presentation of a claim. So that generally is what you can expect your lawyer to be doing during the pre-suit phase of your automobile accident. I'm Jeff Davis, and I hope this information has given you some insight and some help. If you ever want to speak to us or ask any questions, we're available at 305-577-3777 on a 24/7 basis, and we're bilingual, so please call us. Thank you.